In this video, you'll learn the benefits of selling to Millennial B2B buyers and 3 of 8 keys to positioning a product or service with the Millennial B2B buyer. In 2014, Google reported that 46% of potential buyers researching B2B products were millennials, up from 27% in 2012. Today, 73% of millennial workers are involved in decisions to purchase products or services for their companies or their own business, and 34% are the sole decision maker regarding purchases. As more and more millennials begin controlling big budgets, it becomes increasingly critical for seasoned sellers to understand and connect with the Millennial B2B buyer. Here are the benefits of selling to Millennial B2B buyers. Number 1, loyalty limbo. Whether they are new to the buying role or looking to reevaluate any long-standing relationships or traditional processes, the window to win millennial loyalty is open. Number 2, vast value. Because millennials are young in their careers, they inevitably carry a high lifetime value. Nurture the relationships to turn their inevitable job hop into new opportunities. And number 3, peer persuaded. Millennials will turn to their robust social networks to crowdsource decisions, as well as recommend and refer business. Deliver exceptional value, and social sharing shall be your reward. Here are 3 of 8 keys to positioning a product or service with a Millennial B2B buyer. Number 1, know millennials. 52% of workers say they're least likely to get along with someone from another generation. Millennials communicate, shop, decision make, and buy differently than previous generations. A firm understanding of the behavior and values of millennials is the first step in establishing common ground with a next generation buyer. Survey your current millennial buyers, not by calling them, but with a mobile-friendly survey, and ask, how do you search for products and services? How do you prefer to communicate? What associations or social networks do you belong to? What would make our company more appealing to you? Based on the survey data, create a detailed millennial buyer persona, a semi-fictional representation of your ideal customer that highlights demographics, motivations, what blogs they read, devices they use, podcasts or audiobooks they listen to, how they shop online, prefer to communicate with vendors, etc. Number 2, defer your communication. Millennials spend more than 3.5 times overall usage time in messaging apps than those over 45 years old, with older users defaulting to apps that replicate desktop functions like email and web browsers. Evolving technologies have created a tangled web of varying communication preferences. The clashing of communication channels is at an all-time high in the workplace. Some folks want face-to-face, others want a phone call, an email, a text, a message via the latest chat service. However, we do know one thing for certain, and that is never leave a voicemail for a millennial. They'll never check it. How sellers want to communicate is less important than how buyers want to communicate. Sellers should defer to their buyers' communication preferences. For millennial buyers, that may be text, Slack, Skype, or some other innovative communication platform. Adjusting in real time to various communication channels is the new norm when selling to millennials. Number 3, attract versus prospect. Millennial B2B buyers cited internet search and vendors' website as their top 2 means of researching products and services. Historically, the sales process has been very linear, qualifying, educating, creating interest and need, and then closing. But the Millennial B2B buyer prefers a different process. The Millennial B2B buyer will gather information up front by consuming information via social networks, videos, blogs, etc. As a result, sellers want to do much more attracting versus prospecting. What's the best way to attract the Millennial B2B buyer? Deliver valuable, compelling content where they are searching for that information. Uncover, via a survey, what topics or questions they are searching for online, and create content that fills the need of the potential buyer. High-value content will also position you as an expert or authority that can be trusted. Ensure your content is as plentiful and as digitally native as millennials are, so that the Millennial B2B buyer can easily beat a digital path straight to your front door. Thanks for watching. I hope this content was insightful and useful. As a top-ranked Millennial and Generation Z speaker and an Inc.com columnist, I help organizations lead, engage, and sell to the emerging generations, as well as helping them leverage today's workplace trends. If you'd like to have me speak to your organization or at your association, click the link in the description to begin that conversation. Also, if you'd like to learn more strategies and insights like the ones shared in this video, click the link in the description to grab your copy of my latest book, The Millennial Manual, the complete how-to guide to manage, develop, and engage millennials at work. And lastly, click subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again, and bye for now.